It's the impression that I get. Burn, 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 ticka, ticka.
It's true.
You guys know that song?
Nope.
That's that's some punk song, dude. What the fuck am I?
Some punk.
That's a Sump Pump song.
What the fuck is it?
Dude, I have no idea.
I think it's the Mighty Boss Tones. Burn, burn, dun, dun, ticka, ticka. America's Funniest Home Videos. What's up, Do?
What's up, my fellow incels?
Hey,
What's up,
you
Beta
got
Cox?
you got all the incels here.
I forgot I told you to say that. I was like, if
That
you
was 100% original. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
all my creativity.
From Rixie, this is Debuff, and I'm your host, Steve Skeels.
we have Alex joining us to tell us a really interesting story. And he told me, I think did you tell me the last time you were here?
Yeah, well, it was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Because I bought a Pokemon pack on the way down there.
Okay.
Just in case.
So
Just in
what'd you
case.
pull, man?
Okay, so hold on. So
Okay.
can you send me the photo of it?
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on.
So welcome to episode 85. Hello. Howdy do, So yeah, Alex is gonna tell a story. It's pretty wild. Just because
It's gonna
the circumstances.
offend people.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
It
just
will
what we need on
offend-
this podcast.
Yeah, more offensive.
Yes.
Shit.
No, it will offend people who are avid collectors. That's for sure. Sorry.
How you doing today?
Do it. Today was busy. It was busy, unfortunately.
Sorry to hear that.
So good, I guess. All right.
Bam, 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 taka, taka.
Sent.
All right. Okay, so start from the beginning.
Okay.
Give me every minor detail. Give
Okay,
them
every minor detail. Okay. So, I live in Arlington, or Fredericksburg, Virginia, hour south of DC. One of my buddies is stationed at, I think it's Fort Bragg. I think they're down in North Carolina. One of the forts down in North Carolina. And he got a notice on like a Tuesday that he was going to be deployed to Korea. And so in short order, we all kind of like organized this trip to go down to Raleigh to kind of meet him halfway and spend the weekend with him in order to, to celebrate before he goes off to Korea. So it's Friday afternoon, finished working, driving down south. I got a buddy in my car, and we get a call on the way down that says, "Hey, do you mind stopping at some place to pick up a deck of cards so that we can play cards tonight?" And so I'm like, okay, well, we're pretty much in definition like food desert. Like there's just not a lot of things. Yeah. There's nothing. It's a couple minor, and we're in Raleigh, mind you. So like we're a little farther south of Raleigh, but mind you, there's not much close around to actually like go find a deck of cards that I could find. So anyway, so we stopped at this one little shopping center, and they had a Walgreens in there. Next to the Walgreens, they had like a taco stand, and they had like a hairdresser. It was just like one of those that you would see in small town America that had like everything that a small town needs lined up.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. So go into Walgreens, ask them where to find the deck of cards. They said, well, I don't know if we're going to have any, but if we do, they'll be in the back. Go to the very back, try and find these cards. We don't have any, but they do have Pokemon cards. They have one set of Pokemon cards there. Like again, I'm not an avid collector. I do know that there's different like packages of cards that you can get.
Did they have like one row, or did they have like one last pack?
No. They had like three in a row. Like there's three left.
Yeah.
And it was one of the one of the newer brands.
Like I don't know, Sword and Shadows. It's one of the Sword and Shield ones. Okay.
It was the Sword and Shield one, but there's like a couple different variations of it. So, I love Pokemon. You and I have talked about it before.
Yeah.
I play the game. I don't collect the cards. I used to collect the cards, growing up, but my parents got rid of them. I'm pissed at them for that. But
Yeah.
Same, man.
yeah.
And we all
So
feel
I
that way.
had, but because they were right next to the Uno cards, because they had Uno cards, which is what we ended up getting. Because they were right next to the Uno cards, I was like, okay, what the hell? It's $4. Like, let me pick it up
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
check out. So I check out, finish the ride to this Uber, or to this Airbnb. Get there, I'm like, oh, I might as well pick out. Once I was handing them the Uno cards, I was like, well, I might as well pick out the Pokemon cards, open the pack up,
And now
see what I can.
you bought one pack.
One single pack, and mind you,
my God.
I buy like maybe 2 or 3 a year.
Yeah.
Like, if it's right next to where I'm checking out or right next to what I'm grabbing,
Like just
I'll pay.
cause. Yeah.
Just cause nostalgic. So I picked it up. It's the first card that I bought this year, or first pack I bought this year. And I open it and I'm going through the deck and I see at the very last card is this like really shiny Pikachu, like rainbow colored Pikachu.
No,
And I was like,
fucking
oh, that
way,
looks-
dude.
I was like, that's pretty cool. I mean, again, I don't know. It looked different than all the other cards. I realized that.
I'll put the
I
card
know-
on screen. If you're a listener, I'm sorry, but you gotta
Okay.
go watch the video.
I have watched enough YouTube and enough TikToks to know that there's a market out there for people who like buy and sell Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
So I decided that I was going to, I was like, oh, well, this looks kind of cool. Let me Google it, see if this is worth anything.
So before you say that, it's a VMAX Pikachu. It's a rainbow
yes.
rare, I think.
Yeah, so it's a Pikachu VMAX and then the Gigantamax and so continuing on, right? So I find I Google
One
it.
pack.
One single pack, pull this card, recognize that it's probably worth something. First Google search returns that it's like $500, worth $500. And I was like, well, holy crap.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And now
So
like
I'm
that seems like top end. I mean,
Oh.
when he asked me, I was like, what is it worth? Like maybe $150, $200, something like that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I ended up selling. So I did end up selling it.
Yeah.
So because
so
again,
you
I'm not
told
a
me
I'm not a
you told me you
collector.
went into some card store, right?
Yeah. So after I saw that it was worth something, I was like, this can't be real. So what I did was I kind of put it into a very safe spot in my bag because I was like, if it is worth something,
Yeah.
I need to keep it in good condition.
Yeah.
So I take it to a card shop. I live in Fredericksburg. This place called The Cellar, and they have like a lot of cool stuff in there. One of the things that they do there is it's a card collector's store. So they got football cards, baseball cards, Pokemon cards, Magic cards, whatever you
Magic. There you go. One of these guys used to be a big Magic guy, but
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
big Magic guy.
Yeah.
So I go up there, I bring the card in. I was like, hey, can you, tell me if this is valuable? And I put it on the table, and no joking, the 3 dudes that are on my sides like turn their heads in and look at this thing. And
Dude,
they're like,
I love that immediately the nerds are like, we know exactly what that fucking card is.
Yeah.
And like you struck big.
yeah. So I was like, is this worth anything? And the guy behind the counter is like, it's definitely worth something. Let me take a look and I'll like get back to you. So I hand him the card. I'm talking to these guys and they're over there flipping through like the binders full of Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And so they started asking me questions like, oh, where'd you find it? I was like, Raleigh. And then they're like, well, how many packs did you have to buy to find it? I was like, oh, I just bought one.
This
And
one,
they're,
dude.
I could see the steam coming from their head. They were excited for me because look, all I'll say is like the Pokemon community is a very welcoming community. People are like super excited,
Definitely.
but you could see that they were like, damn, I have bought 20 packs in the past week and I'm looking for this card.
Yeah.
And here's this scrub that doesn't collect, buys 1 pack in some dinky Walgreens in I
Yeah.
don't know if I can
No,
cuss on
you can
this.
curse. That's fine.
Okay. In bumfuck nowhere, like
Yep.
North Carolina, and I pull it. Now, there was a couple days before I had like, between when I left Raleigh and when I actually went to the cellar. And that guy did some more research, and he said that most of them were selling at that point for anywhere between like 180 and 250. So I listed mine on Facebook Marketplace for 250,
Yeah.
ended up selling it for 200, and
So did
dude,
you
that's crazy.
Did you end up shipping it or was it somebody
I
local?
did. And this dude, again, so I ended up shipping it because I knew that, this is a bigger market than Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I could have bought a finder here, but I ended up posting on Facebook Marketplace willing to ship. And this dude made me jump through hoops to make sure that it was like in good condition.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
100%, dude. You can't just ship a card.
Dude. So
what did he say? What did he want?
So like, first of all, everybody that was interested, it asked me to, and again, I'm new to the card collection
Put in
community,
a hard
so
case,
I don't
bro.
know.
Yeah, you got to put it in a hard case.
So I didn't have it in a hard case when I got to the seller, and they were like, "We'll get you one." So they just
Bro.
gave me one.
Yeah.
So the first thing that he made me do was write down my name, his name, and the date on a piece of paper, and then take a picture of that and send it to him. I guess to make sure that it's real and that I actually have it, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Then he asked me to take a video of it, like moving it around, like showing him the shininess and showing him the edges, all that kind of stuff.
Dude, there's a ton of fakes.
Yeah, but
There's
that
a
is a
ton of
little
fakes.
ridiculous.
I mean, if you're going to drop 250.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And so then he made me like, I put it in the case or the hard shell case, whatever. Then he made me put it in between two pieces of cardboard. And then he had me videotape it, like videotape me taping it to this cardboard and then packing it and then mailing it.
Well, dude, I mean, I get it. If you're going to buy memorabilia like that, I feel like you have to, there's like a due diligence. That you have to have.
But also stuff gets destroyed in the mail.
Yeah.
Like for sure, people's like diplomas get bent in half. So a little card
Well,
like that.
And let me tell you this. So a week goes by, it hasn't gotten there yet. And I shipped it normal ground. Like I wasn't paying any extra because I didn't really think about it when I was charging him. Well, a week goes by and it hasn't arrived yet. And the shipping updates haven't been
That's right. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about this.
Shipping updates had not been updating at all. I was like, okay, there's definitely something wrong. And this guy's on my ass every day. Like, hey, any update? Hey, you know where it is? Hey, any update? And so I finally give, I think it was UPS. I UPS'd it. I called UPS and they're like, oh, it never got shipped. It must got lost and whatever. And I didn't insure it. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And so I thought I was going to be SOL. I literally thought that they just lost this $220 card in the mail.
Yeah.
And I was livid because now I'm out the card and we did PayPal goods and services. So now I'm going to be out my money too. So it would have been a whole ordeal, but he ended up getting it. I called and they had to do this like internal investigation and ended up finding it. And then it was
God,
I'd love
dude,
to know
that's so
where,
scary.
where that fell. That like they just lost it.
Did you ship it in like a manila or like in like a box?
in a manila.
Okay.
And I packed it at UPS. So like for a split second, I thought some UPS guy saw it. He saw what I was shipping and was just like,
yoink.
Yeah, I'm going to take that.
I'll take that.
Yeah, but I mean, no one would ever fucking know. That's the sad part.
Exactly.
That's so crazy. So what, after fees, what did you make, like $180?
Yeah, about like 180, 190.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Which, on a $4 pack. So now every time I freaking go out somewhere, I'm wasting money on all these cards trying to.
That's the hardest part. Is like, you're like, well, I guess I got to buy another one because, maybe it'll be another gem in here.
Yeah.
Did you look up the probability?
Do
Did you tell me the probability of like what it was to pull a card like that?
I think you told me when I can't remember, but it was very improbable.
Are you looking that up, Sean?
Yeah.
One thing that was like of note that the seller made me look at is if you look in the photo.
Yeah.
If you zoom in on the bottom left-hand corner, there's this 188/185.
Yeah. So
it's a secret rare.
So it's not in the 185 base set. So it shows that it's
outside. Yeah.
It's like 188th like out of 185. So it's like the third rare or something, right?
Okay. I guess because people were asking me to take a picture of that too. I guess to verify. Yeah. I don't know what that tells me other than
it basically, as far as I know, it means like in the base set of things that like are common, you can pull 185 cards, and then there's an unlisted amount of rares that come after that number. It could be 20, it could be 5, it could be like as high as 50. Where there's like and that's why they're called secret rares because they're not listed as the 185.
I know one of the guys at work got a little bit into the collecting cards, and he was saying how people will like weigh packs, and figure out if they have an extra one in there, and if it does, they keep that, and then they sell all the other packs.
Yeah.
because they know it doesn't have the.
Did they put extra ones in there?
Yeah, it's like I think it's a. Is it?
Well, so
Because you said it's unlisted. It's an extra card, right? Or
So-
is it
the foil has a different weight.
that?
So, like the foil on the secret rares are just only slightly heavier than a typical card.
But it's not an extra card in there.
No, it's so the way it is, I think it's usually either 5 or like 8 common cards, and then it's a reverse, which is usually like where the hollow is like on the outside of the frame, and then the last card before the code card is gonna be if you get a rare card or a holographic, it's gonna be there. So it just takes the place of that card.
So the rainbow rare, it says, is 1.42% to pull. It seems high.
So
know.
less
I was gonna say it
50%.
actually seems higher.
Pretty low gotcha odds there.
The rainbow rare VMAX Charizard is 0.549% to get.
Dude, that
Oh,
The
Charizard.
rainbow
It's not
rare.
really that low. Yeah.
So I think
Now-
they're saying to get
now I'm
any.
hunting for that one.
that sounds like more.
Yeah, right. So the crazy thing, I watched this guy Max Mofo, and he has a Pokemon channel, and he has been searching. He's like a serious, like top dollar Pokemon collector, like the plushies and the cards and the game. Like he's got a ton of money in the Pokemon stuff, and he's been searching for this Burning Shadows Rainbow Charizard, and like he's done streams where he like opens like 4 or 5 boxes and it still hasn't found it.
Yeah, that's why I think that point.
What's it called?
It's called Burning Shadows. I think it's the Rainbow Charizard.
Rainbow rare VMAX Charizard, I think, is probably the card he's looking for.
I'm googling
You
it.
said his Champion's Path.
I think it's Burning Shadows.
Oh, the Champion's Path.
Yeah, here we go. It's this one.
Oh, that's different than the one I'm looking at. But the one that I was just mentioning is a $300 card.
I'll send you a photo of this.
Oh, I see the one. Are you looking? Yeah, I see
Pokemon
what you're looking
Charizard.
at.
TCGplayer.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this $539 on eBay right now. It's crazy.
Holy
dude.
crap.
It's fucking crazy. But yeah, dude, that's wild. That's
Yeah.
I thought that they needed to hear that because I was like, they like Pokemon a little. You don't like Pokemon as much, but Sean and I like
Yeah.
it a lot. But it's just cool. It's just a cool
That's
story.
cool. No, I can appreciate the cards too. That's cool. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't immediately go to Vegas and try your odds out there.
I know. I tried
Right.
my luck somewhere else.
Absolutely.
That's wild.
But yeah, dude, I appreciate it.
Of
Thanks
course.
for coming on. I'm gonna put this like photo in the final edit. It's just so dope, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
jealous, man. I do semi collect cards, but I'm not spending hundreds of dollars. If I see a pack, like you said, I'll buy a pack, and I've never pulled anything quite that expensive. So
Nothing like that, dude. Did the people there that you were with, did they think anything of it?
They thought it was cool, but none of them are collectors. They're like, they all grew up playing Pokemon, so they understand it.
Okay.
They know the collection. They know the games. Like
Yeah.
they know what was going on. But I don't think any of us. I'll be honest. We were too busy drinking for them to really care.
Yeah.
So they were just like, okay,
They're like, dude,
cool.
you're a
Like, that's
fucking
awesome.
nerd, dude.
Sick.
Cool.
Back to Uno.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's how it went.
Oh my
So,
God.
but then
Crazy,
I
dude.
followed up with them after. I told them I just sold it for, whatever it was, $220. They were pretty impressed. So
Hell yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, dude.
yeah,
And yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
no problem, guys. Thank you, guys.
All right,
Yeah, of
man.
course. Nice to meet you.
All right.
I'll let you know when this should be out next Monday. I'll send you a link when it comes out.
Okay, perfect.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Recording stopped.
End meeting for all. Okay. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's
Bruh.
wild.
I mean, a
Yeah, that's
$250 card. Just like it's just wild. So we had something fun happen these past couple of days that we just are briefly going to talk about, right?
Oh yeah.
So last episode 84.
Maybe 2 episodes ago
Yeah, I think.
from this one. Yeah.
Sorry, 83. I think.
We made a video about Dexter.
We made comments about Dexter, and people did not like it.
I just want to say I've never seen that show before, so I was watching it on behalf of the recommendations by people that I trust. And that's fair. They saw it a long time ago, right? I'm not digging up old shows and ripping them a new asshole for fun. That's not my forte.
That's not what we do.
I was just a little bit appalled by the writing of, or how they chose to write some of the characters.
Yeah, I mean, I brought it up because we had talked about it. I hadn't seen the show in forever, and I mean, I still think it's a good show. It's just, yeah, I mean, you can say don't dig up the shit, but when you're watching it in 2021, I mean, maybe we got different views than some of the people that hate us, but I just felt like it was worth talking about. So
yeah, I don't think that you guys talking about it was bad.
No, I mean,
like, I think that the response was a lot. So the reason we're talking about it is that we put up a short of a very small section of like the 20-minute conversation. It was a minute, and we basically said like there's some stuff in the show that's not that has not aged very well. Certain characters are written in ways that we don't necessarily agree with now. We're not saying that like, cancel
Don't watch
Dexter.
it.
Don't fucking watch it.
yeah, they shouldn't have another season.
You guys
come out.
made it very clear that like we're gonna try and keep watching it, and like what we've seen so far is good, but there are problems.
It's a good show. I mean, it's a good show. I think it's got a lot of really good story to it, but I really don't feel like Dexter's one coworker who's written in the show just to be a pervert needs to be. Like,
I mean, dude,
why was that the choice?
I don't even want to get into the details of what we think is maybe wrong with it, because whatever,
Sure, yeah,
we
I'm gonna
said
get
our
another
piece.
asshole.
Well, the
I'm
beauty
just
of
saying
it is that the people that made the comments that we're going to talk about will not see this. They're not
sure,
coming
yeah,
back.
I
Like,
know.
they've
Dude, I
written
hope-
us off right
no,
away.
no, we'll make another short.
Yeah, they'll see it again.
And we'll say, if you comment on this, you were right.
Dude, I mean, that is what it is. I'm glad at least some people are, watching and want to voice their opinions, but, maybe some constructive criticism next time.
People are very vulgar.
We got called a Karen. That's pretty eye opening.
Well, so what we're going to do is, if you guys want to pull up the short, or I can read them.
I got all of them right here.
Oh, that's right. We have on the Discord.
I don't really feel like reading any of them.
That's
again.
okay.
We got Ridge Gillespie.
So okay,
Betas.
so we got a little bit of nice sad piano music that I'm gonna play over it because
Yeah.
we're such pussies,
Yeah, according to
I would say
Texas
don't even-
325 Whitley.
I wouldn't even read. You just got to read the comments.
Okay,
No, I'm gonna out each one of these people.
So, they're public.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
So the first one we got, you already said it, but now you got to say it over the sad piano music.
Betas.
Ridge Gillespie just says betas. It was immediately removed from YouTube for some reason. YouTube, they choose which comments they like. If it's too vulgar, they pull it. If it's like, looks like it might be spam, they pull it. Second comment, Texas 325 Whitley, which I changed my Discord name to that for a few days. I don't know if anybody saw it. This is one of the best ones. He said, Jesus, what a group of pussies. Grow a pair.
I mean, that one I feel like is true, but
like,
in relation
yes,
to the video,
like we are pussies, we don't have balls, but like he didn't use any like apostrophes. It's just like one long string.
I mean, that's the internet comments, right?
I liked Richard Hillers.
Yep.
He just said obese simps.
Obese simps.
Which
It's true.
it's funny. I mean, I don't feel like I'm a little bit self-conscious about my weight, but
I mean, the thing is,
am I that fat? Does it
like-
show on the camera?
well,
I mean, I definitely told you BMI is bullshit, but it told me I was.
I mean, I
obese
got a
for
little
sure.
bit of chub.
look, we are not that thin.
Yeah.
Okay,
But where
And
did the
that's
simps
okay.
come from? That's my
Yes,
main
Yeah,
question.
okay.
dude, I'm simping.
Dude,
for
what are we
shows,
simping? I don't
shows that are not Dexter.
So that's what I don't. I had a lot.
Because the
of,
ladies will love us if we talk about how misogynistic old shows
No,
are.
dude, we are white. We're the knights in shining armor.
So
know?
here's the thing. I know that whenever I've heard the term simp, it's usually like when, I think of like a Twitch streamer who's
yeah,
like,
I mean, that's where it got popular
like,
in the last
a
year.
female who has like diehard fans. It doesn't even necessarily need to be a Twitch streamer, but it's usually females that have like these like diehard male fans. How does that apply to us talking about Dexter?
Again, I think really the simping is mostly not just for that, but really when you're like doing things to put women or a specific woman on a pedestal and maybe doing things in the hopes of getting something out of that
what is that called?
relationship.
It's the White Knight or...
Well, white knighting is similar, I think, but I think that's what they think we were doing is saying.
Yeah, white knighting is an attempt at being a feminist ally that assumes that men are better feminists than women are.
Anyways, the whole
That's
thing
not
was
what
that,
we're doing.
No,
That's not
I'm
what
saying
we're
the whole thing was that we were, talking about this in the hopes that women will like us. May I remind, if they watched any of our other stuff, that you're both engaged to find young women yourselves. So
yeah, it's not
maybe you
like,
simp for them, but
I simp for my, my lady though, not, Dexter, period.
anyways, let's move on to the next one.
So yeah, obese simps. I love that because like, it was just like so rude. You know what I mean? It's just like a crazy amount of anger and just rude. The next one from WF from Wells Fargo. It's a TV show, lads. As you said, they're playing characters, LMAO. This short is 100 times cringer than Dexter lol. I said, we can agree to disagree, brother.
The next one's my favorite, I think.
I just love that he said cringer.
it's cringer than
Not
Dexter.
cringier.
Cringe
cringer.
build, dude.
It's cringer.
It's cringe
Beta
build.
and cringe build.
Anthony Diagle?
Anthony Daigle.
Daigle. I like how he's like, y'all, enter.
Enter, return.
Soft as baby poop.
Dude,
It's a show. It's a show. It's fake. It's entertaining. Whether how dark it is, it's Karens like y'all that are ruining the world.
It's Karen is like y'all that are ruining the world.
It is. Oh, that's right. It is Karen is. Like,
And I said this in the Discord. There is a huge correlation between like racism, sexism,
Bad spelling.
anti-vax with
illiteracy.
with like people with typos. I find that very interesting.
I just feel like they don't give a shit. They're just making their comment.
Anthony, go
I said
ahead
LOL,
and go
Karens.
back. Just start school all the way over, bud.
Yeah, just run it. Just
run
run
it
that
back.
Just run that back. School. And then here, this is the demo that we're talking about to people. This guy's username is Donald Trump's mom. There's no apostrophe between the P and the S, so we know he's pretty smart. I feel so sorry for all of you. We don't need to go back to every form of entertainment and dissect it under today's societal standards. I appreciate him using like big boy words. Just enjoy Dex for what it was. The best serial killer show of all time.
I don't know that I could tell you another one.
The best serial. I mean, there's
maybe
like a couple.
Was it her? Is that?
I mean, I don't know.
He's a serial killer, sort
Her?
of,
Are you
right?
talking about you? You guys said her earlier,
Oh.
I think, and I was like, "What do you?" That's a movie
No.
with Scarlett Johansson as a phone voice.
Yeah, that's right. That's
It's
you.
the same
I mean,
shit, dude.
he's not really a serial killer, but anyways,
Yeah, I don't know if there's.
I mean,
a
I feel like he is.
Again, we said agree to get
a
disagree.
serial
Kills his
killer
girl-
implies
kills his
a pattern
girlfriends.
for. It's not. Anyways,
That is a pattern.
no. He doesn't just kill his girlfriends. That's not what it's about.
It is about killing girlfriends.
The next guy, this one's funny because his
He's a serial killer.
D. Johnson
his D Johnson, his AV photo.
is a baby.
It looks like a baby T-shirt.
it's a baby's onesie with gold chain.
Yeah, so he's a big baby. D Johnson said, "This is so." I want to talk about this a little bit more. He said, 3 incels, just that, and I said, "Thank you, King. You're a king for that." There's a joke in Zach Galifianakis' Purple Onion stand. Do you remember that stand-up special?
Nope.
Live at the Purple Onion.
I didn't really like him very much.
Well, that's where it doesn't matter. There's a part in it where they're like sitting around a campfire, and he's like traveling to the destination to do the show, and they're kind of documenting it. And he's like, me and this other guy, we were walking out of a 7-Eleven in some rural town, and this guy leaned out of his truck, and he was like, 2 pussies. And he was like, I wonder what's the limit of people that he will say that to? And he's like, 48 pussies. So all I could think of as that. He's like, 47 incels. That one was good. I liked that a lot. I couldn't tell if this next guy liked it or not.
Zach Sykes. The hike ha 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 one?
He just said ha 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 ha.
It was ha 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 ha.
4 ha's, and I just replied with the same thing. Is he laughing at us? Is he laughing with us?
I mean, I don't think that one was very funny. I didn't laugh out loud during that short.
I didn't laugh either.
I just assume he's laughing at us.
That's okay.
And then somebody named Binnerman, he said, yes, bring up an old TV show and talk about how people in a different time acted and thought differently. Next, let's talk about the extreme sexism and objectification, and everybody loves Raymond. Was he being serious?
Well, no. So,
This
but go ahead
guy's-
and continue because he says, I worry for my children because they'll grow up with yours.
I worry for my children because they'll grow up with yours.
I do want to say, because we already basically mentioned this, but like, I get it. I think our point though is that the show ended only like how many years ago? Like
10?
You know what though?
I don't know.
He has
8
a good
seasons?
point. Let's talk about Everybody Loves Raymond.
We should.
I've never
talk
seen
about
that
it.
show. so
I haven't seen it in so long.
I've
but
never
I
bet
seen
you
said-
it's pretty bad.
He said, I worry for my children because they'll grow up with yours. And I said, we worry for your children also, King. Because you don't recognize that this is an issue. The next one, you want to read Shakespeare?
Talon Shakespeare with no E at the end.
Just Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. So cringe to watch this short. You've got problems. Soft asses.
I said,
I hope he was saying that we have soft asses.
I said, we've got problems, King.
Yeah.
So-
you know, this one goes out to all the haters.
Yeah.
come join the Debuff community. We respond in kind. We're there for our viewers.
So that's what I talked to Maddie about this because immediately you want to say like, no, fuck you. You want to like retaliate, I think
I just didn't want to say anything.
Well, so like I think inherently like the primitive feeling is like I have to say something back.
Well, that's why it's like don't feed the trolls.
And so I was like, I'm not going to do that. And so what I decided to do was just find something in there that I liked and say that back, or just
Say thank you, King.
say thank you, like praising them, like thank you so much for like giving such a great comment. Like I just want to, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Because none of them have responded.
Yeah, I mean they don't give a shit.
Because like I don't think you can come back with anything when we're like, thank you. Like that was really appreciated.
Yeah, but I mean, also to your point, these guys made a comment, they moved on, they probably saw the notification and was like, all right, whatever. They're not, most of them probably not looking for a fight. They just think we're incel pussies. So
Yeah.
they like want to let us know that and then move on.
And you know what?
You know what? They're
I don't
right.
mind it. I don't mind it. I'll be an incel. I'll be a beta. I'll be a pussies.
So the best thing about this, I haven't talked to you guys about this. You want to know the like to dislike ratio?
Tell me the dislike ratio, the dislike number.
The likes, people who actually did like it was 6. 6 people liked it. It has 1,280 views as of this recording. It has 20 dislikes.
That's
So
fair.
we have a 23% like ratio.
Well, I mean, it was bound to happen.
yeah, I don't know if this is the first. This isn't the first mean comment we've ever gotten.
No,
but
but this is the first one that
Peop-
really hurt, and it really got deep inside me, and I don't think I want to do the podcast anymore.
so we've come to say that we're gonna cancel the pod. No, I'm just
We're
kidding.
not
We're
going
not
to
gonna cancel the pod.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
So yeah, that was good. No, it's just I just thought we got to talk about it.
Well,
So
Good stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Well,
the comments, everybody.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for
join the
watching.
community, join the Discord.
Thanks
you
for
wanna-
interacting with the
Really,
video.
really popular. Our community is popping off. A lot of engagement from our community.
dude, so many fans.
What the dog doing?
It feels
So,
good.
Um,
Soft ass. Y'all soft as baby poop.
that actually worked. I didn't even think about that. Soft as baby poop. Okay, let's get back to reality here.
We're 40 minutes in.
I assume you want to talk about Metroid Dread.
We do.
Yeah, why don't you do that first so we can...
I'll try and be quick with it. So I love Metroid. I loved Fusion and Zero Mission, and I loved Metroid Prime. I never finished the trilogy of Metroid Prime, but I did beat Metroid Prime 1 and played most of 2 and most of 3. Maybe I didn't touch
I don't
3.
think you played 3. It was on the Wii, wasn't it?
I didn't play. Okay, so I didn't touch 3.
It was a Wii game, innit?
It was a Wii game in it. Love Metroid. Steve got me the 3DS remake of Samus Returns. I'm a big fan. I will probably say this is my favorite Metroid game I've ever played. And
So it's good.
it's very good. I've seen a lot of people saying it's too hard. I've seen a lot of people saying it's frustrating.
Yeah, get good.
It is hard and it is
GG.
frustrating. I right before we came here probably died, I don't know, 15 to 20 times on a single boss just trying to get past him.
What makes it hard?
So-
What are people saying?
I mean, it's a Metroid game, so that's what I feel like is what I disagree about in terms of what people are saying in terms of how it's too hard. I mean, Fusion, the first time I played it, that game was hard. Metroid Zero Mission, the first time I played that, it was hard. The original Metroid game, I've never beaten because it's hard. Samus Returns for the 3DS, also super hard. They added additional mechanics into that game to make it, play a little better on a newer console. And a lot of those mechanics moved over to Metroid Dread, but it's hard. Fusion, I still feel like is one of my favorite games. Me and Steve, before we knew what speedrunning was, used to go over to our friend's house and
That's right.
speedrun that game. Like, we would just sit down and see who could beat it the fastest, and we got pretty quick at it. I don't think we'd break any world records or anything, but
No, but we were around like 2 hours like back
Yeah.
then for
and so
being
once
a
you
child.
once you figure out the game, dude, like it's really just like, okay, go here, get this one power up. Now you got to figure out where you need to go, and you can get to new places with that power up. And then you run into a boss, and the boss is hard, and you die like 30 times there. The Emmys, EMMI, they are
Yeah.
these like robots that are inside of this Emmy zone that they're supposed to be guarding. And when you're in there, like, there's no you have to just run away from them if they see you.
So
Except
you can't fight them.
no, you have at least I believe a 1% chance if they catch you to break free using a melee. So
So it's all about just getting away. It's not about fighting them.
well, so once you get
That's
to a certain
surprising.
point inside of the Emmy zone, so a lot of the times what happens is you'll run into one, you'll run out another door, and then you'll run through this other portion, and you'll go back into the Emmy zone through another portion of another door that allows you to move further within the zone. Eventually, you get to a central control unit where you kill that thing, and then you get the Omega Cannon, which has basically one use to kill the Emmy.
Okay.
So I've killed a handful of them. I think there's 7 in the game. I think I've killed 4. But yeah, I mean, it's right now where I'm at in the story, they're offline.
Okay.
But they're fucking terrifying. Like, being in that room, I guess I want to say this about the game. The sound design for that game is awesome. They do a really good job at using music and sound to scare the shit out of you. I dropped down into this one room, and then this door behind me, something just started banging on it like crazy. Like,
yeah.
scared the crap out of me. And
Beals.
refuel.
and yeah, I mean, they just do a really good job of making you feel like you shouldn't be here. Like, the whole game feels like, and I have footage of it. I should have brought my Switch, and I'll send it to you before next week.
Fuck, dude. kidding.
But the thing that's fucking hilarious to me, and I feel like they knew what they were doing, was that the whole game feels so tense and stressful, and like you're gonna fucking die at any turn. And when you're on the train between maps, or you're on an elevator between maps, it's just like a screen of Samus just like chilling, and that's the only time in the whole game I feel like I'm safe.
Oh, really?
It's so weird. Like,
Dude,
Until
it's
they
so
dead space you and attack you in the elevator.
yeah, no. So like, it's
Yeah.
just her standing in the elevator with like the lights going over her face, and she's just kind of like, while it loads the next area. And that's the only time since I've started the game where I wasn't like on edge. They do a really good job of making you seem small and like the scale of the game. Like, some of the bosses I've had to fight are massive. And then like when you come into an area where the train is, it really zooms you out, and like you just see Samus like a little tiny
Little speck.
sprite of her next to this massive train. There's one area where you run through, and it's this big hallway through like this lava chamber, and it zooms out. They do a really good job with the camera. Zooms out, and you're just like running across, and there's all this lava like flying around behind you.
Sounds like some near shit.
I mean, they really did a good job with the camera, the audio. The cutscenes are fucking awesome. Like, I feel like hands down, this is the best Metroid game I've ever seen, and probably will feel that way for a long time.
Until the next one.
16 years from now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah, right.
you know, they've added some features like that dash mechanic. I don't remember being in any other game. They took the same thing from Metroid Samus Returns for the 3DS, where you can do a full 360 with your arm to shoot at people. The older ones, it was like you just had
It's like 8 directions.
eight directions.
Borderline not even because you don't go down. So
Yeah, and you know, I just feel like
unless you're in the air, I take it back.
it's 100% recommended on my part. Like, if you like Metroid, or you like, I mean, I would even say, if you like that puzzle solving aspect of like older Zelda games, right? Like, figure out what to do here to go back over here. I mean, I know that's not really considered a Metroidvania.
No, but I think that's where they were originally. I don't know that Metroid was 100% like inspired in that way, but I want to say that was part of it. And Castlevania, for sure, they said that was more of when they started making them like that. That was more of a Zelda inspiration. Than,
So, I mean, I feel like they're just a different take on
yeah,
that solve this.
side-scrolling.
The whole world is a giant puzzle type game.
The world is a vampire.
It's a huge map too. Like, I feel like I've been all over the place. It's massive. Like, so far I think I've discovered like 6 different areas, and I've not been to 100% of any of them. I think that where I'm at in the game, I only have 17% of items, and that counts for upgrades and like
health tanks and
health
stuff.
tanks and missile tanks. And you know, 17%, I feel like I was dying on that last boss I fought so many times because I haven't found enough energy packs, like, to just make my health higher.
Yeah.
Just don't get hit.
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I looked up 2 things so far. I won't lie to you about that. And I
lie
was
to me.
just confirming that the thing that frustrates me about that game, and it's frustrated me with every Metroid game, is that they don't really tell you where to go, right? So
I feel you, bro.
yeah, you'll get something. Let's just say you get the morph ball, and you have the morph ball now. You get out of the area where you got it, and it's just like, okay, now figure out remember where you haven't been.
Well,
To use
that's
the
what I was
morph ball.
going to say.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, oh, there definitely was a door that I couldn't
Yeah.
get in, but it is, you have to remember. It's never, you just saw that, you go over here and get it. It's like,
I will say I appreciate that a lot about the new map system, is that it will show you every single type of door and what it is, and you can highlight them. So if you just got a weapon that allows you to open a new door, you can click on that door, and it'll show you everywhere that has that same
That's
door
cool.
type. So you can at least see, like, oh, okay, I haven't been over here. I can go over there, and you can set markers that
Yeah.
show up on your mini map, so you can try and figure out how to get down there.
some of the other ones too would show like the, like, out of bounds secret passages you would have to find in like Morph Ball, or if you blow up a wall or something.
Yeah.
They would show that was clearly like an out of bounds area, so you know.
Yeah, and there's so many of those still. Like,
Yeah.
when I download the map, I know there's way more places I can't
Yeah.
see. But I mean, I've only played it for, I don't know, maybe 10 hours.
I mean, it's probably, I've heard it's only like 20-hour
Yeah.
game, so.
It just seems like, I mean, must be missing a shit ton of pieces. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
I'm
already
sure.
killed half of the Emmys, and I know I've beaten like 2 mini bosses and 3 or 4 actual bosses. So
Jesus Christ.
I'm still missing a bunch of power ups. I know.
You have 69 missiles right now, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
It is nice.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll just say that like, I understand why people are saying it's a hard game, but I also feel like that's every Metroid game.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played this yet, but I feel like the combination of it being hard to figure out where you want to go can be annoying for people, I guess, but that is what they're based on. That's the whole idea. And two, I have heard some of the like combat encounters and stuff are annoying. I mean, or difficult if you're not, like real good at it, but I don't know. I think that's every game as well, but this doesn't have like difficulty options, right?
No. Which, I mean, I feel like if you're stuck, just look it up. It's not going to hurt anything. There was one room, I got through an elevator, and I got to this room, and I go out the elevator room, and I go into the next room, and there's nothing I can do. And there's nowhere else for me to go. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I just unlocked this elevator. Why would there not be something for me to do in here? So I go all the way down the elevator again. I go back to where I was. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm supposed to be in that room. So I go back up the elevator, go into that room again, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely can't do anything here. So I start shooting everything. And I go back to the elevator room, and I start shooting everything, and I shot the wall to my left where there was no door, and it just breaks open.
Dude, that's like some Zelda shit that I'm like, how was I...
Well, I mean, that's the way it's been since the first Metroid. It's like blow this one single block up with your bomb or a missile.
Yeah, I stayed just using landmines everywhere because you have no idea what it is.
The landmines and the rockets will at least show you what type of power you're supposed to use to break that block. So if you just walk around like laying mines or shooting rockets all over the place, I only have 69, so I try and you do that sparingly. But I mean, I just started...
How many?
69, nice. No, actually, yeah. So, I got through that part, and then I got stuck like maybe 10 minutes later. So I was like, fuck this. And I looked up what I was supposed to do, and then I just closed it because I was like, I don't want to spoil the rest of the game.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've been trying to do that as little as possible. I've done it twice. I almost looked up how to beat the last boss I was just stuck on. Drogaiga. I don't know how to say it. DrogYga. It's the underwater boss.
Drogaiga.
And you move slow as shit underwater. So I was getting really frustrated. But I did end up beating him,
That's what it's all about.
So I just, I'll say that while I agree with people saying it's hard, it is hard. I don't want to say that it's too hard. And I think that if you've played any Metroid game in the past, you'll know what I'm talking about, where it is, once you understand and know what you're supposed to do, it's not that bad. I mean, I feel like once you've memorized this game, you can beat it in 2 hours.
I think the speed runs are already like 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's like 34% item completion to beat the game.
Yeah, I really just feel like you said, once you know where to go, that's like half of the difficulty of the game, and you don't know what you're doing ever. So I don't know.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's
Yeah.
nice to have a game that you want come out. You know?
But any percent in 1 hour and 55 minutes. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to talk real quick. I don't have like a whole lot to say, but this weekend I got to play the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawler, and it was pretty good, man. It's interesting because I feel like there's a lot of games. I know you said it feels like or you didn't play it. You said it looks like just a Smash clone, which it is. But there's a lot of games that got into this like platform fighter type thing that Smash, I would say, pretty much pioneered. And I'm not really like surprised since it's so popular, but they've had some like web games and a mobile game that are like Nickelodeon fighters and stuff. But this one, the developers took seriously and like put in stuff that people like about Smash and like the
what?
mechanics, like things I don't know how to do, like wave dash and like real elite gamer mechanics, not just punch and kick. I mean, I'm serious. People that play like Melee love that shit, and it's part of the technique. And the online has like rollback netcode and stuff that is just, we don't have to get into all that, but just cool that Nintendo still like lets their online suck And for a fighting game, having bad online is basically like shit.
Yeah, and rollback is, I think, where it predicts what you're going to do and does that unless you don't do it, and then it rolls it back and does what you did. So it's some weird thing that happens like in a split second.
Yeah, but it's to basically outdo any kind of like latency that you would have, since it's a fighting game. Like you said, I think a lot of games do a small amount of that, but for fighting games, it's pretty crucial. I was just playing Guilty Gear Strive with Dylan, and it was showing like rollback frames 1 or something. So it was like a single frame, if I'm reading what it said correctly. But, you know, it does enough so that if your latency or if your internet's not as awesome, you don't just lag out when you're fighting the other person. And, you know, but the game's cool. They've got, you know, hodgepodge of different Nickelodeon characters. Not a ton. Like I said, I think it's like 16 or something like that. Maybe 20. I don't remember. But
You think they'll get Sora?
no, but, you know.
Who owns Nickelodeon? It's not Disney.
I actually don't know what the parent company of Nickelodeon would be.
They'll get Sora.
I've literally never considered that. It can't be Disney.
But you feel positive about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, you know. Like I said, we've got Invader Zim, we got Danny Phantom, we got
cool.
fucking, you know, SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy Cheeks, dude.
Sandy Yeeks.
Got
Zim?
some Avatar characters. I think did I say Zim?
I
thought it was
don't
the
know.
first
You
one
might
I
have said Zim.
He said Zim.
Said Zim. Then they had like All Real Monsters, like Oblina. I never watched that show. They got Cat Dog. They got like Ren
have
and
Courage?
Stimpy. No, Courage is Cartoon Network.
Oh, shit.
And then, like I said, for some reason, because they had a show, they've got like Leonardo and Michelangelo and April O'Neil from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is like weird, but I was beasting on them with Leonardo. But I feel like it's a cool idea, and they changed enough to where there's no like, not that you guys are avid Smash fans, but Smash attacks where you like
Are you?
go over. I don't play it all the time, but I love Smash. I used to play it a lot more. I've got Ultimate, all the characters and stuff.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I like it. I'm not very good.
I'm terrible.
I'm bad at fighting games. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think it's interesting. I feel like if you like those games and you like Nickelodeon, for me, playing with them was like nostalgia. We were all just messing around, trying different characters, like, you know, joking around. I don't know. Like Dylan kept being like, "Y'all ain't ready for my sandy cheeks, dog. You have to clap them cheeks." You know what I'm saying? Just shit like that. It was just funny because, you know, in what world are you talking about like beating the shit out of your friend with sandy cheeks?
Holy shit, that's funny.
But I don't know. I think it's cool that they didn't just put out a shit game. Like Nickelodeon Kart Racer looked like ass.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these games where it's like clearly a cash grab where they just copy a style or whatever, or put out just like a low effort game. But
yeah, I the one thing I read about it that I kind of made me sad, and I know
I already know, but
it's fine. I mean, it doesn't really impact the gameplay at all. Is that there's no voice acting?
yeah, I feel like it's weird. But in Smash, like they also
Even
only really
just like
make like some sound effects.
Yeah,
so
even that it's completely absent from the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're punching someone and they make no sound, right? So to me, that just feels like something that they could have ripped shit out of old Nintendo, old Nickelodeon shows, and put it and just slapped it on there, dude. Like how many times does fucking Sandy probably scream in SpongeBob?
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, but then I could yell stuff like I was Danny Phantom and I'm like, "I'm going ghost," and I'd hit him with the move. You know what I'm saying? That was his catchphrase when he transformed. So,
Dude, I forgot about that.
I loved that show, dude. But I don't know, and they opened the doors for DLC. You know what I'm saying? They got to get Timmy
I think
Turner
it's
in
cool.
that joint.
I mean, I think it's cool. Number
yeah,
one,
I was gonna
because
say
there's no
they're
Timmy or
missing-
Jimmy, dude.
They're missing Timmy Turner,
and Jimmy Turner.
Yeah,
Jimmery Turner.
you know what I'm saying?
Timmy Neutron.
I had to add a SpongeBob sound to the board
just for that.
just for this. I don't know how loud it's gonna be. Almost.
It's too low.
I heard it.
You
Barely.
what?
It's way too low.
Yeah, jeez, bro.
You what?
It was funny too though because they do have taunts. And I thought like SpongeBob's taunt was so funny to me because it's you know the like meme where it's the lowercase uppercase letters, like when you repeat something someone
Yeah.
said. But it's like the picture of SpongeBob, and
Yeah.
he's like crouched over with the long face. That's his taunt in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought it's so funny that they did that. Like, just basically a meme. I mean, I don't know what else
That's
you'd use
hilarious
for 'em.
that they kept that in because that meme is
Yeah.
super popular still.
And there's little shit like when you
I don't know which one you're talking about.
You know what? You know the exactly like you said. It's the lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase.
Oh, where he's like
Yeah.
doing. Yeah. Okay.
and
So that's
uh,
his taunt in the game. He makes
Yeah.
that fucking face,
yeah,
bruh.
that shit.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good.
And you know when you lose in the match or whatever, I saw like Patrick was sitting there with the board like hammered into
Yes,
his head when
I
he's
did.
just sitting on the ground after he lost. Like there's some little like cute things, some nods to the games, and everyone's got a stage in the game and stuff. And it's funny, like Zim stage was like the Urkin Armada, but it was basically Battlefield from Smash Brothers, which is like the platform with the 3 floating platforms above it. Like they had to put that in there, and they were like, "We don't know how to do it." Well, what is Zim stage going to be? Oh, let's just make it. We can do anything with space and just call it Zim. So there's like shit like that where they clearly wanted to be like, we got to have some of the Smash like catered.
My question
So-
is, where are the Nick Jr. characters? You know,
Where's
where's
fucking Blue
where's Lil Bill?
Dude.
and
Yeah.
Blue and what's the Oswald? What's the octopus motherfucker? Oswald.
What are you talking
Oswald.
about?
The
I'm
Oswald.
talking about Lil Bill. Where's Hey
Dude,
Arnold?
Oswald. You all don't know Oswald?
The alien.
The little fucking blue octopus.
Oh,
Who's Nick
Oh,
Jr.?
yeah.
who's,
wow.
who's Blue?
That's
Blue's. I was
Blue
thinking.
was the dog, and then I
Oh.
said Oswald.
Okay.
And y'all
Sorry,
were
I
like,
have no
"Huh?
idea. Sorry, bro.
Huh?
They did
you
have
what? You what?
Helga's in it, but Arnold's not. Isn't that funny?
That's weird to me.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I
It's
don't
not
know.
Hey
they,
Helga.
they had some weird choices. Like
Dude,
It's
we're the
football head.
we're the Wonder Pets, dude.
they
You said
like they have Reptar in it, but none of the babies from Rugrats.
Dude, I'm trying to beat your ass with the backyard.
okay. Reptar.
I can understand, but
I said
still,
Reptard.
I was like, what?
Reptar, I get. But
I never
why do you
watched-
have Tommy Pickles.
I know. I mean, I don't know. Like I feel like it's funny.
Dude, I'm
that
trying
they
to
did
I'm
that.
trying to go 1-to-1 with Team Umizoomi.
With
Dude, I don't even know any
Teenage
of these
Robot.
shows. I would have enjoyed. I
Dude.
love that show too.
I'm trying to beat your ass with the Bubble Guppies.
I don't know. I don't know
yeah.
who that is.
I feel like I've heard these names. Maybe I'd see it and know, but
Dude, where the Higglytown Heroes at?
all right. There's no Nick Jr.
Bro,
All right,
where's
just
the-
JoJo's
stop.
Circus?
No,
Bro, where's the
dude,
wild
guys.
thornberries?
They got Nigel in there, bro.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah.
That's I thought so.
Dude, I'm about to kick Franklin's ass.
the Berenstain Bears.
All right, guys. There's no Nick Jr. characters. Let's we're done here. All right. It's a cool game. I would play it if you're like into that with your friends.
I don't think
Yeah.
Franklin was a.
I think he was on Nick, but I don't know.
I don't think it was a
Nick
Nickelodeon
I think
character.
he was just on there.
I was just
I'm glad
looking
you had
at.
fun.
I was looking at. I just typed in Oswald, and then I was like looking at the related searches. So
I'm thinking about buying a game, but I feel bad about buying Switch games right now because I still have such a great blockbuster catalog.
what game is it?
I mean,
I really feel so stupid about this, but what have you guys heard about the Hot Wheels Unleashed game?
I didn't
no.
even know they made a fucking game.
I saw some of that, and I heard.
First of all, you should be into it because it has a Koenigsegg in the
No
fucking
way.
game. I want to talk about it for two reasons. One, I would like to buy the physical game, but I don't want to because I have such a catalog to go through. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I do, but I say that like I don't have 10 unwrapped games sitting at my house.
Yeah.
And I'm plus all the other games I've never touched.
I feel
that
like I
own.
need to get through 10 or 15 of those before I feel good about buying.
Yeah, I mean, I joked that you probably shouldn't buy any more games, but if you want a game, I mean, fuck it.
So,
Oh my
two,
God,
like
they
I said,
do
two
have a fucking
reasons.
Koenigsegg.
I've been watching some of the YouTubers that I subscribe to play the game, and I've seen for a long time they were putting out trailers and gameplay trailers and shit, and I wasn't that into it until the guy I watched was like, "This game is actually really, really fun," and the driving is there's some drifting, it's really fun. But one thing that I felt is they missed a huge opportunity because there's a ton of cars in the game, but what if they made it so that if you buy a car off the shelf, Hot Wheels at Target, and you were either able to amiibo or scan it in.
Man, the Toys to Life thing is kind of dead, though.
so-
no,
yeah, I mean-
dude, but I'm saying this would have been huge for them.
That was the thing that you would have to have figured out. They would have had to start putting that in their cars since the 90s.
Well, Or
Well, I'm not
re-release
saying-
all of the ones that are in the
Well,
game.
yeah, I'm saying when the game comes out, you have a new line of toys. Maybe it's 100, maybe it's a couple hundred. Think about how much money they would make,
Dude,
when a kid says,
Dude.
"I can buy that $3.99."
Look,
Think of it as a physical DLC.
Mason, I love what you're saying, but if you didn't hear what I just said, like that, they tried to do this and it's like done.
what was the name of that game? No. It was fucking
Starfield.
Starfield?
Skylanders.
Skylanders.
Well,
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on.
I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking.
That is what you're talking about.
I know, but I'm talking more about the fact that, like, let's say, for example, that you buy. I know
It's
what
not Starfield,
I
though.
know what Skylanders is.
Yeah.
I know, and I know how that failed. But I'm saying, Skylanders didn't have the market. What's the term? Like they didn't have the market majority that Hot Wheels does for like cars for kids.
They did a Lego game with it too.
I'm pretty pissed,
They-
man. Go ahead.
What is that game called? Look, I understand what you're saying, and I do think it's cool. But I'm just saying they've tried that with stuff. I understand Hot Wheels is a bigger IP, and kids love Hot
It's
Wheels.
huge.
But I just still feel like that kind of thing is annoying because once you get into it, it's especially as a kid where you buy your kid a game and then it's like, oh, every car in the game
Dude,
you need to buy the physical for.
That's where it's different.
Or
I'm
you
not
spend
talking.
DLC.
I'm talking about
It
strictly
just unlocks it.
like let's say for example there's 200 cars in the game and there's an extra 100 or 200 that you can get DLC, or you can buy the physical car and you can scan like a QR code for your account or something.
Yeah.
Or you can type in like a scratch off that says okay, put in this code and you get the
I'm with
card.
it. I'm just saying it's the same. Whether there's only 50% of the cars you have to have like the physical or buy separately, or it's 10 cars or whatever, it's still just like more DLC that comes out. And like I said, I think it's a cool idea, and I felt like I'm surprised that it did fail, but I think that no one wants to touch any Toys to Life stuff again anytime soon.
Well,
Dude,
the thing
I think you guys are wrong.
the
I
thing
really
that-
think that was a big opportunity they missed.
those
I've cars sell like
I've got two
hotcakes.
things to say. I think I'd rather spend spend money on a physical piece of something I can resell as DLC, which I know the resale value is not very high a lot of the times for that type of thing. But how much money have I fucking spent on Roblox money,
Yeah.
Robux
Robux on
Uh,
Fortnite bucks.
for no reason, for to make my kid happy, which is fine. But recently, I learned that shit that she's purchased just can get deleted, and it's
Yeah.
gone, and she doesn't get her
it's
money
like
back.
user content.
Yeah, so someone can make a shirt, and then if it's got Hello Kitty's face
Yeah.
on it, Sanrio can be like, nope, take that down right now, and it doesn't. Lena's money never gets returned to her.
No, look, I get it, and that's why I do think the Toys to Life thing was cool. Most of them were like, you can't sell it if you want to continue to use it, though it wasn't a scan and you're done type deal. You'd have to do it every time you played. I think it's a really cool idea. I just feel like I don't know. Maybe your point is just that if anyone could have done it, Hot Wheels could have because they sell
Yes,
well. I get
yeah.
that, but I still just feel
Isn't-
like I'm kind of thinking that nobody likes that.
Are they
anymore.
owned by Bandai? Who owns fucking Hot Wheels?
I feel like Hot Wheels video games
It's Mattel.
were not first. It was Hot Wheels diecast cars have been hot for over 50
Yeah,
years.
I get
and
that.
so if you accompany the game, or I'm sorry, you accompany the physical cars, the toys with a game, imagine being able to say, look, I own this car and I can now put it in the game. I just feel like they missed a big opportunity, or at least making.
I hear what you're saying, but I also hear what he's saying. We're like,
Yes.
they probably thought about that, and we're like, it didn't work for anybody else. Why is it going to work for us?
The only thing,
but how much money do they really lose?
I mean, it costs. I mean, like
It's
you
got to
said,
cost
they're already.
something to fucking put a chip inside of those cars to make them readable.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe you don't put the chip in.
And then how do you fucking figure it out?
Let's say that there's a you create an account with Mattel or with Hot Wheels, and you register the cars that you've purchased with them, and they say that's going to be in the game. Okay, we see that your account is tied.
yeah,
but I think you would want to make that easy for a child because that's an account now that you've got to set up. That's blah 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 blah.
or
Where
a limited run amiibo.
Amiibo is just NFC chip onto the console, it's done.
Yeah, and Amiibo's Nintendo, like
Yeah.
strictly they don't.
Yeah, well, Hot Wheels Unleashed is on Switch, but
Yeah, but
It's
that's
on
what I'm
PC.
saying.
How are
Why
you gonna
not,
do that for
like-
PC? It's on PS4, which I guess Skylanders was on PS4.
there's an attachment for those.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a plug-in attachment.
Okay, so maybe there's a third thing you need to purchase then. But I don't know. I don't disagree with your take. I am a little bit pissed off that this game to get everything is fucking $90.
Oh, the
Hot Wheels?
DLC.
It's
Yeah.
$50 for the game.
There's like a collector's
There's a collector's edition, which has the Pass Volume 1, which means there's probably going to be a Volume 2 of new cars you can download.
Oh, for sure.
So it's $90 to get everything right now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean-
bullshit. I didn't know that, but I
Two thumbs down.
I just feel like that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Imagine, I just think about myself going to Target and seeing a fucking cool diecast like Hot Wheels car, and I'm like, I can put this in the game if I want. Like that, I think it's really cool, and I know that's probably dated, and I know that Skylanders wasn't a huge success, but like Skylanders, I don't know, but I don't think they had a big hot selling toy line before they started the game.
No, I mean they like nabbed Spyro and put him in there, but that was it. They had a Legos game that did the same thing. They've had like Disney with all their properties did the same thing where they had like Marvel and stuff brought in there. I forget, I can't remember this fucking game's name, the space one where they got Star Fox stuff on the Nintendo version. I don't know, like I do think they're cool ideas. I think as a kid that would have been awesome for me in general, but again, it's just like physical stuff you have to own to really get this stuff in the game, which I like it as an option where if they're going to have DLC, there's a physical option. If you want to do that, you can go buy each car instead of buying the pass or whatever to get all the cars in the game. I mean, that's neat, but I don't feel like they should require that ever in a game anymore.
I agree.
And it also just adds on like a layer of all those games. It wouldn't be the same for Hot Wheels, but a problem with all those games is you need a certain type of gun on your spaceship, or you need a certain type like element of character in Skylanders, and you know they give you some free ones or whatever that are built into the base game, but if you want to have variety, you go and buy different toys, and then it's really just like gatekeeping you from content because otherwise you only get a set amount of stuff.
I will say that I really like what Pokemon did with their cards. How they include
the code card.
Yeah,
the
but
code card, and I've redeemed 95% of the
Sorry.
cards that I've had, and I have a shit ton of cards on the trading card game online, which I barely play, but I was like, it's a waste to throw these away. If I ever want to pick up the trading card game, I at least have a shit ton of packs. And it's weird how they do it. Like, you buy a Burning Shadows pack in real life, you open it up, you pull the card out, you bring that card to the computer, you type the code in or scan the QR code, and then you get a Burning Shadows pack that's completely different than the physical copy, which
I didn't know
I
that.
kind of
it's
like.
probably RNG.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so it's just the same pack type, and you kind of get 2 packs of cards, which I think is a neat idea. It's not going to work with Hot Wheels.
I
but-
feel like with
NFTs.
that though, that it's cool, but also like I don't know literally anybody that has ever sat down and played the Pokemon online card game for more than just because
I know one
the pack
guy.
told them to do it, and I feel like that's why they did it, is to try to get people in there. Because if Magic the Gathering was doing that, if Wizards of the Coast decided to be generous for one time in their life and give you free packs for Magic Arena, I mean, yeah, I'd be playing that shit. But I don't want to collect the cardboard anymore, and I don't want to spend money on a virtual cards that can be taken down at any time. Just because I don't want to do that. I already spend money on dumb shit. I didn't need another option. So, I don't know.
I hear that,
I feel
brother.
like the Pokemon card thing was to try to get people into the online version. But I don't know. I mean, we can beat this death all day. I do feel
I
like,
just realized we're like 15 minutes
yeah,
over an hour.
I will just end with I think it's a cool idea. I think as a kid I would have loved it, but I just don't see anyone doing it anytime soon. You're right. If Hot Wheels was
I think
the
if
one that could do it, they're the big name.
yeah.
But I also will say I don't really know many. Not that I hang out with a ton of children, but I don't know that many kids that are like really into Hot Wheels. There are still kids out there like that. Don't get me wrong, but
my 2 nephews, one of them is still into it, but they both were at some point. And
yeah,
I don't know. I think that would have been a really smart. They probably tested it. They probably tried, and they were like, it's probably not worth it. But I just think like it's such a cool way to have physical DLC.
Yeah, no, it's neat.
It's like if I buy this car, I know I can use it in the game. I don't know.
Just like amiibos, though, I really think if continue to do it, it shouldn't be required. I hate when amiibo comes out and it actually locks content. That's lame. So,
Yeah, I don't like that either.
That do be sucking.
I also say all this talking makes me want to play that N64 RC racer game.
Dude, oh my god. It was called Revolt.
Revolt, yeah.
Revolt.
Dude,
I downloaded the ROM for that and I played it a little bit a lot.
I think
Fun
I'm
doesn't ever steal games.
I think I'm gonna ask Santa for an N64 this year, or my birthday. I told Maddie, I was like going through, I was just like looking up old video games for N64 on YouTube. Do you guys remember? This will be the last thing. I'm sorry. Do you guys
come
remember
on.
Snowboard Kids
No.
on N64?
No.
So there was Snowboard Kids 1 and Snowboard Kids 2.
Oh, I remember this box art.
Yeah,
for
Snowboard
sure.
Kids 2
Just remember
is the one that
1080.
I played. Yes, I love 1080, but 1080 was very
1080.
1080.
You what?
1080 was more realistic. Snowboard Kids was like
Yeah.
the
The Razor
snowboard-
scooter.
Yeah, like the Mario Kart.
I do remember
you
this
know.
box art.
Do you remember fucking Razor scooter game, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that on GameCube. I think.
I thought it was
I
in
think it was
64.
GameCube.
It was Razor Freestyle Scooter. Dreamcast, Game Boy.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's a deep
PS1.
memory.
All right.
Tanner, when we used to rent games from Blockbuster, do you remember renting N64
Yeah,
games?
man.
Yeah, dude.
We would rent Ocarina of Time a lot.
We didn't
would-
have a memory card, so even if you could save on the cartridge, we were fucked when we
Yeah.
returned
Dude,
it.
I got all the way to fucking end of Star Fox, and we owned that game, and I died at fucking Andros. And that was it.
While
dude.
he was
I
killing
like,
him.
Yeah, he fucking like died at the same time that I died.
That
And I
game,
was
though,
like-
you couldn't save mid-game anyways, though.
Yeah, well,
We used to go to Blockbuster and get like Cruisin' USA or whatever it was, and whenever it was my turn to rent a game, I would get Snowboard Kids 2. And he was like, dude, I hate this fucking game, dude. Like, this sucks. Like, I don't want to play this fucking game. I was like, I got it. And he was like,
You what?
and so I want to try and get a physical copy of Snowboard Kids.
I bet it sucks now, dude.
Oh, yeah. I
bet it
mean,
fucking
it totally
sucks.
sucks. But like to have a physical,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like CIB,
Complete
complete
in
in box,
box?
though,
You
dude.
what?
I doubt
Good
you're
luck.
gonna find that.
they're like $200.
Yeah.
on eBay.
Jesus Christ.
But I think I'm gonna ask Santa for an N64. So all
Yeah,
right,
dude.
episode 85. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
Thank
Goodbye.
you, boys.
You
Thanks,
what?
bye.
Debuff is hosted by me, Steve Skeels, edited and mixed by Mason Carlton. Follow us on Instagram at DebuffPod. That's Debuff, P-O-D. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one.